Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is an M40 M43, the Tier 8 American SPG. This one's located on the northeast spawn of Glacier, and it's under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP. And yes, it's another replay featured in the continuing contest between Angelina and Talon 1958 for the Weekend Lion. Game on! Well, I can tell straight away that that is the 8-inch howitzer, and I know that because it's short and fat instead of long and thin. If it's long and thin, that would be the 155mm gun, but it's short and fat. So it's the 8-inch howitzer, 203mm caliber, capable of doing 900 alpha, 52mm pen, and a 10.5 meters burst radius. Angelina's aiming for the hill or the ramp going up to the carrier, but she didn't get loaded in time in order to get a shot, and she's still not loaded, but might be shortly. Is it worth a shot? No. Okay, she's looking around for a new target to fire at, and oh, she just found the Lorraine 40 ton going up there. Now she might be able to get a shot at him. Rounds out. No, unfortunately it hit the rock face. That was just RNG though. It was a good try. I definitely would have tried it myself. Okay, well, standard reload for this Arty is quite long. It's 44.1 seconds. It's the standard reload. And Angelina has got a reload time 36.13. Yes, I'm using a slightly different interface now. This is the Damocles one, the one we used a long time back. Years ago. It was actually quite a good interface for actually watching and seeing what the enemy were doing. I've just come back out a bit. Yes, unfortunately Aslains have played around with our controls, which makes it slightly more difficult for us to get the camera on target and hold it there. Angelina's looking around, scanning the map for a target. She couldn't get any on the northeast corner very easily, but she has got targets she can fire at here, and our EBR seems to be jumping all over the rocks. GSAW 1008. Oh, direct hit! 398, a good start. Obviously the first shell didn't count, but yeah, this one counts. Now, as you know, in the last contest, Angelina won the Weekend Lion. And yes, Talon couldn't find a replay that was good enough to beat Angelina, so she got it off in first class and a bruiser medal in the end, because she didn't. I don't think she got the Confederate as well. But yes, poor old Talon lost out again. Now that was well aimed, exactly where the enemy was last seen, but it looks like he pulled back maybe. Now, so far this week, Angelina sent in a replay featuring a second class and a bruiser, and that's the leading score at the moment. She needs to maintain that in order to stop Talon from stealing it away. Rules of the competition are it's the highest ranked, then it's after that, if they've both got the same rank of mastery, then it's the medals, and then if they've both got medals, then it goes down to the win 8 of the game. So if they both got the same, okay, got a bit of stun there. If they both got the same mastery, the same medals, then it goes down to the win 8, and if the win 8's the same, then I suppose actually we'd have to have a shoot-off. But anyway, as it is, so far, Angelina's managed to score a second class and a bruiser, so that's the lead score. Okay, we've got a T-34B making his way round the circular. He's coming this way. Now that's a premium US heavy with a 120mm main gun. Quite a good tank, actually. A lot of people say, oh, the T-34 is not a good tank. It is, actually. It depends on how you play. It does have weak spots, but it does actually play quite well. And of course, being it's a premium means you can use it and buy one and play it, even if you've got no experience with the T29, the T32, or even the T30 for that matter. Okay, she's positioned herself so she can get a shot at that T-34. Okay, there's the ring road. Our Scorpion's going up, chancing his arm. Angelina's not, though. She gets a direct hit. 313 hit points and 2 critical hits. The T-34B is now one shot and he's out the game. So that was a good selection and a good way of helping her teammates. Now, some other enemy tanks were spotted. There was a pair of Aslains, actually, which of course are the new British light tanks, or medium tanks. I think they're down here as mediums. It's the British wheeled vehicles. Rounds out the charioteer. Yep, bit of splash. The thing is, in the competition, if you've both got, or if any of you actually do get an ace tanker, that person wins the competition outright there and then. So, and they do get aces. Talent and Angelina well known to get aces, just like that, out of the blue. They have a moment and they get one. Oh, well, that guy's gone. So they are well capable of winning the competition. It's just, at the moment, neither of them have been getting very good luck on getting ace tankers. Well, we saw those Aslains just briefly. Oh, there's the enemy Arty. She's just spotted where he is. Ramps out. Oh, direct hit. Right on the money. No explosions, so we know we hit him smack on. And the enemy Arty in this one's an SU-14 too, the school bus. And so that would have hurt him because it's bound to have hit his body. And, well, the armor's fairly thin, although it's actually made from a T-35 tank, the SU-14 too. So it is a heavy tank Arty. The fact of the matter is that he's probably badly wounded now. And one more shot will probably take him out of the game. Angelina's reloaded, rounds out. And it's a kill shot! So second... Oh no, it's only the first kill. She didn't get the kill on the T-34B, that's right. She got a good lot of damage off him, but didn't kill him. But now she does have a kill. Well, there's only 2 enemies left in this game. The SU-14 too, who Angelina's already badly wounded. And the GeForce 1008. Now, Retrieves were knocked down either side, so he could have gone to the left or he could have gone to the right. I kind of think he would have changed position by heading around and going a bit north. Oh, but he didn't. And he just got wiped out by our Patriot. Shows how wrong I can be sometimes. Quite a lot of the time I can be wrong. And the GeForce goes down. And that's it. Game's over. Here's the end of battle results from the first replay. And Angelina managed to get a third-class tanker out of this game. But more importantly, she got a first mark of excellence. Yes, on the M40, M43, she's got her first star. Now, she also got a bruiser medal out of that game as well for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 6. And a win rate from the game was 1,604, which is very good indeed. But sadly, it doesn't beat her previous score, which we can see here is a second-class bruiser and a win rate of 1,381. So this is the higher mastery, so that one counts over this one. But at least she got something out of the game in terms of she got a very nice mark of excellence. Let's have a look at team score. Well, didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the Renegade on our team with 2,571. Wasn't a high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. Second highest damage went to the Chrysler K on the enemy team, 2,345, and the third highest damage went to the MX65 ton on our team with 2,091. So, Angelina 1,366, which is a decent amount of damage done for this game. When it came to kills, Angelina's in joint third place because the EBR75FL10 managed 3 kills. 2 kills went to the MX65 ton, the TS54, who also got a steel wall, and the G-Saw on the enemy team. And Angelina got 1 kill alongside quite a few of her own teammates, and only 3 players on the enemy team. In fact, only 4 players on the enemy team actually managed to get a kill at all in that game. When it came to base XP, Angelina's a little further down the table. The AMX65 ton got 942, TS54 838, the Renegade 834, Angelina 605. So it was a team of fairly good players altogether, but it's only an average score really. She fired only 8 rounds, so didn't really get enough ammunition expended to actually get more damage, which shows how quick the game was. 7 minutes 53 seconds. Really didn't get a chance to get lots of shots in. 4 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but 6 splash. Damage of 1,366 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 6 of the enemy, kill 1, so missed out on a Confederate there. And 492 hit points, so stun assist off 5 stuns. Now, she did earn a profit, 11,290 credits, and she took away 4,539 experience points. So it's not a complete loss. It is a good game, because it's the first mark of excellence. So congratulations on getting that. I hope that you will very soon have 2 marks of excellence, and then you've got to work for your 3rd mark. Okay, that's the first replay. Let's have a look at the second one. In the second replay, Angelina75's on the south spawn of Ghost Town Encounter. Game on. Well, this is a difficult map to play in the best of times, actually, mainly down to the fact that the centre of the map is also the cap area, and there's not many angles that you can actually use to actually fire into that centre area. So it does actually make sense to focus on the areas you can hit, and that happens to be the bushes. And yeah, the enemies are being spotted, and now we've got a Skoda T50. Angelina's sliding in as quickly as she can. Rounds out. Ooh, I love that one. 444. That was so close to the building, but the shell went right to the target, and she got a nice little hit. Unfortunately, a Cobra's turned up now, and well, actually, I think the Skoda made a better target because it's got thinner armor than the Cobra, but the Cobra is very thin as well. So it's a good start to the game. Who's next? Well, there looks to be an M4 Reveillerice, M4A1 Reveillerice, or Ravioli as Jingles calls it. And apparently they did call it the Ravioli, or at least the crews did. It's Reveillerice with a 105mm main gun, which is quite meaty. As long as it stands and faces you, it's quite strong, but if it turns side on, it's easy to take out. Okay. Saladin moving about, so we've got one of those wheelies in the game again. It's a tier 9 game with tier 8 tanks in it. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh, he moved forward just slightly, but the shell went behind the Chieftain prototype, and we just saw the tracer from one of the enemy Artys coming out from the background. So it looks like the enemy stayed fairly close to the spawn point. Just moved a little closer to that little gap. It hasn't moved that far away. Angelina's almost loaded. 35.08 seconds on the reload. Rounds out. This should hit. It does. 332. I think one of the things I find about being consistent with Arty is to just keep pumping those shells out so that as soon as you're ready, there's a target you can hit, and you're looking around the map looking for a target that can work, and as soon as you find one that works, then of course you are selecting it. But sometimes you actually select a target because your teammates are in peril and you need to get a shot in there as quickly as you can. Rounds out the Chieftain again. Another direct hit for 370 this time. Oh, now that's interesting. The Chieftain P just got taken down by the A phase 1, and Angelina's got some stun assist at last. Now this Basante's he's not being very clever actually. He's just sitting up there shooting at our teammates who are constantly, well, they don't appear to be actually hitting the target, but you can see their shells whizzing over the top of him. Angelina's lining him up for a hit. She's marked the target as well, using that T key, which is important because if your teammates know that that's the target you're going for, then they might stun him for you. Oh, she got another hit! Another direct hit. Shell disappeared without an explosion, so that Bisonte is now missing quite a few hit points, and Angelina is getting good damage. Of course, the more enemy tanks you hit, the more chance you've got of getting a Confederate. Of course, Confederates do depend on all of those tanks being wiped out. Sometimes enemy tanks don't get wiped out if they cap out early, or if your team caps out. Oh, that Scorpion's gone into the gap. Oh! Well, that one hit the Reveler Resay, but the Scorpion got stunned at the same time. But we did lose our teammate in the T-34-3. But we're getting stun assist because the Scorpion just took a big round for 450. So that worked out. Oh, and there's a kill there. But unfortunately, we didn't get the rest of the stun assist. So, yep, we helped to kill that Scorpion G. Or Angelina helped to kill the Scorpion G because she managed to take a chunk of hit points out of him. And then somebody else did the same. Okay, now we think the Reveler Resay's in there. So Angelina fires the shell in. And we've no idea if that did because the Reveler Resay could have moved by then. That Bisonte is still there. In fact, actually, if you look at the minimap, it shows that it appears that he still has most of his hit points. I don't say most, but not all of them. He is missing some. And Angelina's now going to find out how much damage she did the last time. Oh, no, she's changed her mind. She's going to go for the center of the map. Okay, we've got a 7032. That's the one with a twin barrel 122mm gun. She can't get shots on the others. Now, you may recall recently that Talon actually scored a win in a game on this very map by actually capping in the center. Angelina tries to go for the Cobra, doesn't get him, but now we've got a mutant. Now, these things are very tall, very easy to hit. The Reveler Resay is gone, and she's already stunned that guy once, so he already counts towards her Confederate total, if she gets a Confederate. But the enemy's starting to cap with 2. So they're trying to force this thing to an end, and now they're only capping with 1. They're 1 up on us at the moment. Dialing in. Well, she tried to get him as he was going around the corner. Oh, and if she waited a second or so more, she could have got the 703. But that needs must. Sometimes you have to fire at the target you can see, and then all of a sudden another target appears and you didn't see. And there's that Cobra again. He's missing a lot of hit points. And the 703 goes down, so maybe Angelina can take out the Cobra if she can splash him. But, oh, look at this. This cheeky little one sitting over here. It's the Skoda T50, the one she hit right at the start of the game. Lines up the shots. Fires it in. Gets splash. 306 of splash as well, and that's good. Again, trying to change the angle just a little bit, make it easier. That mutant is getting absolutely hammered, and he's gone. Now, we're equal on scores at the moment, but the enemy seems to have most of their tanks in the center of the map. Angelina's taking a very open area position, but she might be able to get shots on the enemy. That Cobra is just behind that building. In the cap area, though... Oh, and in the cap area, they just lost their Skoda T50. They've still got somebody in the cap, and there's that Cobra, and he dies before Angelina can get a shot in. There's only 4 enemies remaining. We know the Bisonte was last seen up on the west side of the map, which means that there might be 2 enemies sitting in near the center. The Saladin's been spotted. He's been badly damaged, and I think he's about to go down. Oh, and the Bisonte is actually behind us. So Angelina did the right thing to move into these bushes, because if she stayed a little further back, she would have been taken out. There's the enemy Arty. He goes before she can do anything. There's only 2 enemies remaining. The Bisonte, who's now behind her, and the other one is the Noobs 03. Now he's probably on the west side of the map or up on the heights somewhere at A4. But Angelina made a very good decision to use her W key, because by doing what she did, she saved her neck. If she'd actually stayed in the position she was before, she would have been already back in the garage. She's turning to face the Bisonte, and the Scorpion's going out to see if he can find him. Okay, she's looking up towards the heights where the Bisonte was last seen. Might as well fire a round in. She's got 5 rounds left on the stun HE. Scorpion hasn't been hit yet though, so maybe the Bisonte's changed positions again. Well, we've got 2 in the cap, so this game is going to end very shortly. They still haven't found the Udas, so he might be on the west side of the map. Oh, and somebody's just lost hit points in the cap area. The ISU 152 just got hit by a round, so the Bisonte might actually still be up here on the heights, shooting down into the cap area. That appears to be the case, because yes, if the ISU wouldn't have been hit, unless of course he was hit by the Udas, we've got 3 in the cap now, forcing the enemy to do something. Angelina looks fairly safe here. The Scorpion hasn't really been lost any hit points. He would have lost hit points if the guy was coming after Angelina. And it looks like the game's going to end very shortly unless they can get another reset. And there's the Bisonte. He's gone into the town centre. He did get a reset, but I think he's left it a bit too late. And Angelina can't get a shot from where she is because she's too close. The shell trajectory would actually intersect the buildings. So she has to either pull back or go in and get a shotgun. She's trying to get a shot, but nope, it's red line all the way. Now, that enemy, the Bisontes, managed to deal with quite a few of our team. It's now 4 versus 2. With a T-54 first prototype outside the city, still in full health. And now they're capping. So it would not be a good idea for Angelina to go in, because she'd get taken out fairly quickly. But the good news is the Bisonte just got killed by our standard B. And I don't think the Udas is going to last very long. Now, Angelina might get a shot at the Udas, because I think he's come out the south area. And he might come around this side. It all depends. Did he come out this way? Angelina might be the first one to find him if he did come out in this direction. Nope, there he is. He's actually still on the south side, but she might get a shot. Nope, not from this angle. Not unless he turns towards the east area. And he's not doing that. He's heading for the cap. Now, Angelina hasn't got a shot. There she has. She has got a shot now. She lost the shot momentarily. She fired a shell in. But the Udas has gone down, and that means Angelina has won the game. And it's all over. Well, that was a very interesting game towards the end, because we didn't know where the enemy had gone, and it could have ended in a cap out, or it could have ended with somebody coming after Angelina. But she actually did the right thing to move where she did, because after all, if she'd actually stayed where she was, at the start of the game, she would have been taken out by Bisonte from the clip top. As it is, she managed to get a second-class tanker out of this game, as well as a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 5 exactly. Her win rate in this game was 2,344, which is very, very good indeed. And that compares very nicely to the score that she actually managed before. If we look at, just have a quick check of that, yes, second-class bruiser and win rate of 1381. So this game actually is an improvement. So her win rate number's gone up, but it's still the same, second class and a bruiser. So in order to get better than that, Talon either has to get a second class, a bruiser and a medal, or he has to get a first class bruiser and a medal, or just get a second class bruiser and a better win 8. Now, knowing Talon, he'll try, and in fact I do know he's sent in a couple of replays already, so we will be doing those in the next video that's coming up. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.